Okay. Now I've seen the people that have got a problem here in South Africa. The problem, it's not vendor people. The problem is not Toza. The problem is not white people. And the problem is not a foreigner. The people that has problem here in South Africa are the Zulu people. You know, and the bad way about the Zulu people, they want wherever they go, they want to be recognized as a king. You know, I have one freaking Zulu saying in my DM that, you know, I hate foreigner. I hate you guys, I don't want to lie. You know, that is very your problem. It's not our problem. You can hate whatever, we don't care. You can kill yourself by your hatred. As we are okay. We don't eat in your house. We never come to your house. We will never ask you anything. We don't care who you are, wherever you come from. We don't care how pain you go through about the foreigner. You can kill yourself. That is your problem. We don't care about that. So why do you hate people that are working for themselves? Why can't you just focus on your life? That is the dumb things that you guys, you don't think. Think about yourself. Your future is very important for your children, not for somebody else.
Today, we confront a truth that many would rather ignore. A truth that lies not only in what is written in the papers or broadcast in the evening news, but in the streets, the townships, and the hearts of South Africans who wake up every day trying to survive in a country that seems determined to test their patience. There are forces at work, forces that seek to divide, manipulate, and weaken us by spreading falsehoods, by painting one group against another, by twisting facts until loyalty, law, and patriotism are seen as hostility. And yet, through all of these, the people of South Africa, particularly the Zulu nation, stand firm, defending not only their homes and communities, but the very idea of a nation built on law, order, and justice. South Africa is no stranger to challenges. We have survived colonialism, apartheid, and decades of political instability. But even as the scars of the past remain, we must face a new threat, not one that comes from within our own laws or traditions, but one that is fueled by those who see the opportunity in division. Certain individuals acting outside the law exploit fears and misunderstanding, attempting to convince South Africans that tribalism is our enemy, that our differences are what should keep us apart. It is a lie. The Zulus, like every other proud South African community, have always lived in peace with their neighbors. Their strengths have never been measured by hatred, but by loyalty to family, to community, and to the nation itself. And that is precisely why these false narratives fail among the people who truly understand the meaning of patriotism. There are those who break the laws of South Africa, and when confronted, they seek to direct the blame. They would have us believe that the Zulu people or any other African act out of tribal hatred, when in reality, what is being defended is the law. Respect for law is not tribalism. It is the foundation of any society. To chase away those who enter illegally is not an act of prejudice. It is a commitment to fairness and justice, a recognition that the safety, resources, and opportunities of our citizens must be protected. And yet somehow, those who violate these rules turn the narrative around, framing the defenders as the villains, as if upholding law and order were somehow a crime. This hypocrisy is at the heart of the tension we see today. On one hand, we have communities struggling to provide for their children, paying taxes, obeying the laws, and contributing to the economy in ways often unrecognized by the government. On the other hand, there are those who flout the very rules that allow society to function, and then, when challenged, cry victim, claiming discrimination or tribal animosity. It is a perverse invasion of reality, and it is precisely what the media and opportunists exploit to sow discord. They show images of conflict, emphasize isolated incidents, and suggest that one tribe does not want the other to exist, all while ignoring the broader truth. South Africans of all tribes, including the Zulus, have a long history of coexistence, solidarity, and national pride. The frustration felt by citizens is real, and it is justified. There is a growing sense of betrayal, not towards fellow South Africans, but towards a system that allows lawlessness to flourish while punishing those who insist on order. The Zulu communities in particular have demonstrated over generations what it means to defend one's homeland with courage and integrity. Their actions are not born of fear or hatred, but of an understanding that a nation cannot survive if its laws are optional and its people are divided by lies. It is no wonder then that those who seek to live outside the law feel angered by this resistance. They are confronted not with hatred, but with the unyielding force of a community committed to the principles that sustain it. And yet, even as we speak about defiance against illegality, it is important to distinguish between those who seek refuge and those who exploit loopholes. Many people come to South Africa genuinely seeking safety, opportunity, or a better life. They follow the rules, integrate into communities, and contribute positively. It is a mark of a civilized nation to welcome them. But when some choose to ignore the law, manipulate public opinion, and attempt to frame their actions as a moral right while portraying law-abiding citizens as tribal aggressors, that is when hypocrisy becomes blatant. That is when manipulation seeks to replace justice with fear and truth with narrative. South Africans have learned the hard way that words can be weapons, that misinformation spreads faster than facts, and that division is profitable to those who thrive in chaos. Tribal tension, economic resentment, and lawlessness can all be exploited to distract from the real problems. It is here that the courage and patriotism of communities like the Zulus shine brightest. Their loyalty is not directed towards opportunists or false narratives, but to the principle that the nation's laws are not optional, that South Africa is not a playground for those who refuse to respect it, and that unity is stronger than fear. South Africans across tribes and languages share a common destiny. The Zulu nation, with its storied history of resilience, discipline, and national pride, exemplifies this truth. They do not act out of hatred, nor do they seek conflict. They act to protect, to preserve, and to uphold what is rightfully theirs. And for those who attempt to rewrite this narrative, to suggest that defending the law is tribal aggression, they expose themselves as hypocrites, revealing that their goal is not justice but manipulation. As a nation, we must learn from these lessons. We must celebrate patriotism that transcends tribe. We must reject false narratives that seek to divide and instead focus on shared values, respect for laws, care for community, and commitment to a future where all South Africans can thrive. We must call out hypocrisy whenever it appears, not in anger towards a group, but in defense of principle, justice, and truth. The path forward is not easy. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to face uncomfortable truths. It demands that citizens recognize attempts at manipulation for what they are and respond with clarity, reason, and resolve. The Zulu people, among many others, have shown us that defending the nation does not mean sowing hate. It means standing firm, demanding accountability, and refusing to let lies dictate our reality. This is the legacy we must carry, the lesson we must teach, and the truth we must live by. South Africa has always been tested, and it will continue to face challenges. But as long as citizens remain vigilant, as long as communities act with integrity, and as long as the values of law, order, and patriotism guide us, no narrative, no opportunist, and no hypocrite can succeed in dividing us. Those who attempt to do so reveal only their own motives and weaknesses. The nation's strength lies not in fear, not in division, but in unity, in the courage to uphold justice, and in the unwavering belief that the future belongs to those who protect it with wisdom and honor. And so, to the viewers of the Spotlight, remember this: South Africa is not a collection of tribes in conflict. It is a single nation, strengthened by diversity and united by principle. When laws are defended, communities are protected, and truth is upheld, we all benefit. Those who seek to manipulate, to divide, or to profit from lies may speak loudly, but their voice is weak compared to the enduring power of a people committed to justice, to unity, and to the homeland they love. This is the real story, the story that must be told, the story that South Africans need to hear.
Okay. Now I've seen the people that have got a problem here in South Africa. The problem, it's not vendor people. The problem is not Xhosa. The problem is not white people. And the problem is not a foreigner. The people that has problem here in South Africa are the Zulu people.